We're going to begin, Joe, with that poll that finds a majority of Americans, nearly 6 in 10, believe Donald Trump should be charged for his role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The ABC News Ipsos poll was conducted this past Friday and Saturday. After the first 3 hearings into the attack, there are still more to come. It found 58% of those surveyed believed the former president should be charged. That includes 91% of Democrats and 19% of Republicans. 60% of Americans believe the January 6th investigation has been fair, and they really have laid it out just point by point, Joe, no drama, letting the actual events speak for themselves.
Yeah, and you know, we have heard David Ignatius for so long now, that for good reason. We've heard that the truth doesn't matter. We've heard about how conspiracy theories have choked rationality and reason from our political debate, from the public square. Well, this morning we have a poll that shows that actually 6 in 10 of our neighbors do seem to care. 6 in 10 of our countrymen and countrywomen do seem to care, that truth actually matters. Another 6 in 10 believe that this committee has been fair and impartial. Only 38%. The never say never Trumpers say it's not fair and impartial. And I must say, David, that is something for us to always remember the next time we see a poll that's showing about 40% of the country, a poll of 40% of the country, of like the Republican base, believe something crazy, because we're looking at about 38% there who still are clinging to conspiracy theories. 60% actually believe not only that Donald Trump acted wrongly, but that he should be charged with a crime.
Joe, I found the same sense of encouragement in those poll numbers. It's still a fact that our political system is broken. You look at the Democratic-Republican split in that poll, you got 91% of Democrats thinking Trump should be charged and only 19% of Republicans. But what this does tell me is that a careful, systematic, non-showboating attempt to put the facts out before the American people, as the January 6th committee has done, appears to be having some effect. And that Trump's attempts to rebut that, as in his speech to the Faith and Freedom Coalition, are really flailing. I was struck, Joe, by the way in which this has gotten under Trump's skin. It's almost an obsession. He's obviously watching every detail. He's got a nasty word for everybody who's played a role. And I found his phrases, by Trump standards, just lacked the zingers that we're used to. So let's hope that the committee can continue forward, assembling this case piece by piece. They've had surprises along the way. I hope they continue to do that. But as you say, there's some evidence here that when the people are presented with carefully drawn facts, they draw sensible conclusions. And that's a relief, I got to say, in this country.
Yeah, Jonathan Lemire, you look at the number, only 19% of Republicans. Let's stop for a second, though, and think about this. In this world of small margins that we play by every election, whether it was 2016 or 2020, let's just stop for a second and go, oh, wow, only 19% of Republicans think he should be charged with a crime and go to jail. That's 1 in 5 Republicans. Now, I must say, I ran 4 times and won easily 4 times. But if 1 in 5 of my base thought I should have been charged with a crime and gone to jail, I mean, I would have gone and practiced law a lot earlier. Again, this is starting to resonate. This is starting to sink in, and we love to knock around Washington institutions. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying all of us. We love to talk about how ineffective people in Congress are or committees are. This committee has gotten the truth out to the American people. And even at the beginning of the summer, they're listening, Jonathan. That's shocking to me.
Yeah, you make a good point about Republicans being sort of out of step in many ways with the mainstream. We've seen the polling, we've gone over on this show about how they are out of step on abortion, how they are out of step on guns. And yes, at first glance, 19% feels like a small number, but 1 out of 5 is not insignificant, particularly in a moment here where the former president is eyeing a political comeback, where more and more Republicans are seemingly gaining the courage to stand up to him, considering their own 2024 run, whether or not he decides to launch his own campaign to seek the office again. And that's clear that these hearings are mattering. Now, we've seen some polling. We've talked that where some Republicans feel like they had the opposite effect. It's actually driven them more towards their base. It's turned them more towards Trump. But certainly 19, 20%. That's a real number, and it's a testament to the committee. We've had 3 hearings so far. We've got 2 more this week, and they have been really good, in part because they have been so unlike what we were all conditioned to expect from congressional hearings. They are pretty short, each one going about 2 hours or so. They are well scripted. They are well constructed. They move quickly. They had the incredible never-before-seen video, really powerful testimony, and a just the facts, ma'am type of approach, mostly from fellow Republicans, those who even were on Donald Trump's team, who are now, of course, saying what he did was wrong and telling the American people that. Also, no great speeches, no speechifying from members. It's the work of staff, and it's getting it done and getting it done effectively. And aides telling reporters over the weekend they've got some really important things to share in the hearings still ahead.